Okay, let's do IELTS speaking practice now, Miss Trâm. Okay, I'll choose randomly for you something. Okay, let's talk about library. So how often do you go to library?
Actually, I'm not interested in reading.
I'm not interested in reading.
Actually, I'm not interested in reading, so I rarely go to library. And also, in my city, the public library is quite far away from my house, so it takes time for me to get there.
What do you usually do in a library?
So yeah, I have sometimes to come to the library when I was a child, and when
a child,
when I was a child.
When I was a child.
So I have sometimes to go to the library when I was a child, and when I got there, I usually read books for children. For example, comic books, and also play with other children coming there.
Other children who comes there. Okay. Oh, did you go to library when you were a child? Sorry, not a kid here, a child.
Yeah, like I said, I usually go to the library when I was young, and because back to the old day, there were not as many as leisure activities as they are nowadays. So going to library is one of the thing I can do back then. So
okay.
So I usually went to the library for reading when I was young.
I used to. Okay. So do children often go to library then?
Okay. Yeah, it's obvious. Obviously, it is obvious that nowadays children rarely go to the library because
rarely go to rồi xong. Rarely go to.
Rarely. It's obvious to see that nowadays children rarely go to the library because their parents are busy taking them to the library for reading, and also there are many recreational activities for them. For example, going to game centers, or playing with the iPad or watching TV. So this can make them less interested in going to library. I think so.
Okay. All right, good. Let's go to 56. About keys. Do you always bring a lot of keys with you? Có đem rất nhiều chìa khóa theo không?
Yeah. So for myself, I don't like carrying on too many keys with me because it's quite massive. I mean, when I go out, I really carry something sao ta? I mean, bringing a lot of key can take too much space in my bag, so I prefer to use like electrical keys.
Electrical key, right? So have you ever
yes.
lost your keys?
Yeah. Well, I used to lost my.
What? Say. Have you ever lost your keys? Có bao giờ bạn mất chìa khóa chưa?
Yes. Yeah. I used to lose my my apartment key when I when I when I had a trip to another city. So when I came back to my apartment, I realized that my key was lost, and I had to call the key maker.
Yes, the key maker.
To the key maker to come to my apartment to break the apartment key in order that I can
in order so you can get in the apartment, right?
Yeah, get in the apartment. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, do you often forget the keys and lock yourself out? Quên chìa khóa xong rồi không vào nhà được. You forgot the key and you lock yourself out.
Hay quên là gì anh? Mindless.
Say again.
Người hay quên á.
I'm often forgetful.
Forgetful. Yeah.
Forgetful. I'm often forgetful. Tôi hay quên lắm. I often forget things. I'm often forgetful. Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I'm often forgetful, and sometimes I forget the key and lock myself out. And like in this case, I had to call my husband to come back to my house and open the door for me. And so because of this, I find it inconvenient for me to use like a physical key. So I changed to electrical key. So just using the app online with my phone and open the door with the Bluetooth connection.
I see.
And yeah, it's quite very convenient for me.
But don't you think it's dangerous if your phone get into the hands of someone else?
Actually, because nowadays with like development with of technology, you have to like open the app with like fingerprint or the password.
Password hay là password? Cẩn thận.
Password.
With a password, yes.
Password to log in the phones, so it's quite like safe. I think so.
Okay. Right. So, do you think it's a good idea to leave your key with a neighbor? Đưa chìa khóa cho hàng xóm giữ giùm. It's a good idea to leave your keys with a neighbor.
Yeah, I think it depends. If I live in a neighbor with like in a neighbor in which people live there, in which people who are like very kind and reliable, so it's a good idea to leave the keys for them. In some cases, my family need to get in my home, so it's quite okay. It's fine to leave the key with the neighbor. But however, if I live in an area where like neighbors are not reliable, So I think it's not a good idea to
How do
give
you know if
them
your
my
neighbors
key.
are not very reliable?
So, for example, because
Sao biết được?
I think maybe after a long time living there, maybe to some extent you can like
You can get it,
you
right? Like
can
the
get
neighbors
it.
are not the
Yes,
best ones, right?
yeah, I think so.
I see. That sounds terrible. Don't you think it sounds terrible that you cannot even trust your neighbor?
Something shit happens, you know.
Don't use that word in IELTS.
Yeah, that's
Never ever
something
use that word
bad
for
things
IELTS.
happen.
Alright, now, so let's talk about dreams and ambitions. What was your childhood dream then?
Yeah, when I was a child, I wished I could become a teacher because when I in my leisure time, I used to I usually played with my dolls and Barbies, and uh, in which in that cases I usually played as a teacher, teaching the like fake students. So yeah, I really wanted to be a teacher, and also speaking in front of many people is one of my like favorites. So that's it.
Alright, good now. So are you the kind of person who sticks to your dreams? To stick to dreams, it means like you dream and then you stick to that dream, you try to make it true, you know?
Yeah. So actually, similar to many children, it's easy for me to change my dream because you know, when I was a child, I wanted to be a teacher, but the reality slapped in my face because being a teacher is not like nowadays it's not a lucrative job. So so I changed my hope. I changed my dream, and when I grew up, I wanted to be a pharmacist in order to get more money.
Okay.
And so yeah, so I think personally I'm not the person who like pursued my dream constantly.
Pursue my dream constantly, I see. Okay, so what is your dream job then?
So yeah, right now I wishing to right now I am hoping to be a pharmacist, and at the beginning it's quite difficult for me because I have to like I had to struggle to pass many examinations. So so for me it's quite like it's quite hard for me, but it's worth it's worthwhile.
It's worthwhile, right? Rất đáng làm, right?
Yes, it's worthwhile because when I become a pharmacist, money start rolling in. So yeah.
Are you sure money will start going in once you're a pharmacist? Because many people try to become a pharmacist, you know, because of money. But think about that. Do they really like what they're doing? A medical profession. Everyone thinks that pharmacists and doctors earn a lot of money, but I don't think so. You know?
If I think if you have like get enough experience, and you can make a lot of money. And it depends on like which field you work in. Like if you are a pharmacist who work in a hospital, maybe the salary is not as much as many as
as much as
that as much as that of people who work in retail. I mean retail in retail. However, the benefit for like hospital pharmacists is better.
Hospital pharmacist, yeah, I understand. Do you think you are an ambitious person?
Yeah, personally, I'm a person who are like ambitious with my dream. Because when I identify my target, I will my target. I will strive to fulfill my desire. So I think I'm a person who like who can pursue my dream at all means. By all means.
Okay, by all means, I see. Right, okay, good. Let's go to part 2 and part 3 now. You see, I'm going all the way. Let's try 88 now. Describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading. Miêu tả một cuốn sách thú vị, hào hứng mà các bạn thích đọc. You should say when you read it, what kind of book it is, what it is about, and explain why you think it's exciting. Tại sao bạn nghĩ sách này là hào hứng? And then part 3. Do people often prefer books or movies and why? Con người ta có thường là thích sách hay là phim ảnh, tại sao? Do you think it's very important to read the books before watching the movie version of it? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng rất là quan trọng để mà đọc sách trước khi mà đọc sách trước khi mà coi cái phiên bản mà phim ảnh của nó? Do boys and girls like the same kind of books? Nam và nữ có thích cùng một loại sách không? What kinds of books do Vietnamese people like reading? Người Việt Nam thích coi các loại sách gì? Okay, now this is for you. 88. Time to think. Please describe an exciting book you enjoy reading.
Yeah, when it comes to an exciting book that make me interested in is Harry Potter, and I read it when I was a student, when I was a second school student, and I borrowed
secondary school student. When I was a secondary student. No, secondary school student.
I used to read it when I was a secondary school student, and I borrowed it. From one of my friends, and it was a fiction novel, which talked about a wizard world, and its content revolves around the childhood of a boy whose name was Harry Potter, and he had to like go through many challenges with his friends and professors to beat the king of dark, whose name was Voldemort. And I'm like I'm intrigued, intrigued.
Say again.
I'm
I am gì?
I was intrigued.
Intrigue là cái gì? What?
Thú vị anh.
I was intrigued.
Intrigued.
I was
intrigued.
Or I was so excited. I was so interested. Let's just say that. Cái từ này khó quá thì được, tại sao phải dùng từ đó? I was so intrigued hoặc là so interested.
I was so interested because I'm a big fan of fiction novel and also like and also reading generally.
Okay, so do people often prefer books or movies, and why, Miss Trâm?
So in my opinion, choosing reading books or watching movies depends on many people. I mean, several like to reading books because reading books relates to imagination. I mean, while reading the book, readers have to like imagine what happenings through like the content. So they have to like use their imagination ability to understand the plot. And also reading books is a habit that's quite like difficult to create. So those who are big fans of reading are capable of reading them. In contrast, some people prefer watching movie because it's quite like interesting to watch like the movement or the live versions of novels. So and in addition, with the help of like sound effects or like light effects in the movie, the people can find it interested to watch them.
Tính từ chủ động, phải dùng tính từ chủ động. Interesting to watch.
Find them interesting to watch them.
Okay, good. Now, do you think it is very important to read the book before watching the movie version of it? What do you think?
Yeah, so in my opinion, I think it's quite important to read the book before watching the live version of it, because movies is because in the movie the plots are usually like cut. So because of that, the audiences or viewers maybe find it difficult to understand the whole stories. So but by reading the book, they can like have the overall understanding. So and after watching the movie, just it's just a chance for them to enjoy the the technological effect.
You mean
or
the effects?
like,
You mean the effects in the movie? Just to
Yes.
enjoy all the technology, the advances in technology in there, yeah?
Yeah.
In
yes,
movie
that's it.
making, trong cái chuyện làm
In
phim,
movie
in movie
making.
making, you know?
Yes.
So do boys and girls like the same kind of books? What do you think?
Yeah. So I think genders is one of the factors that differentiate the
Wait,
genres of
affection là gì?
book.
Affection là gì? That affect. Động từ to affect không
That
nhớ từ.
affect.
That affect cái
That
gì?
affect the choice of book.
Yes,
So
that affect
in
the
my
choice of
opinion,
books, yes.
the genders is one of the factor that affect the choice of books. I mean, for example, boys.
Example,
For example. Boys are likely to choose books which are related to like violence or like
Yes.
battles or games or superheroes, I think. But in contrast, girls are inclined to read some books related to like feminine or like handcrafts or something girly. I mean,
Okay.
romantic novels. Let's say, yeah.
All right, good. Great. So, do girls and boys? Okay, what kinds of books do Vietnamese people like reading then? Không được nói là người Việt không thích đọc sách nha. You cannot say that Vietnamese people don't like reading. Okay, because that is not true. Because they like to read Đắc Nhân Tâm so much. They like to read like how to win friends and influence people. You know, that self-help books. Mấy cái sách mà gọi là tự giúp đỡ bản thân hay mình mình không gọi là sách tự giúp bản thân mà mình gọi là sách dạy đời. Đúng là sách dạy đời luôn á.
Đúng.
Mấy cái sách vớ vẩn, sách dạy đời á, dạy thảo mai á. Like these self-help books. Oh my god. Vietnamese people they love those things so much, you know. All right. So what kinds of books do Vietnamese people like reading?
So based on my experience, Vietnamese people nowadays choose various books to read. For example, novels, international novel. Or like self-help books, and besides, several people choose to read like comics or manga. I mean,
Japanese manga, you mean?
Japanese manga. Yeah. That's some kind of books I can list.
Okay, right. Okay, think about the fact that some people don't like reading, but how about the other people? And think about novels, think about science books, textbooks, sách giáo khoa, sách khoa học, science book, novels, tiểu thuyết. Think about có nhiều loại sách lắm. Mà sách là sách hậu làm giàu đó nè. You know, self-help books, how to be rich, you know, there are millions of them around, you know, có hàng triệu cái sách về làm giàu.
Má ơi.
Sách về làm giàu. There are millions of books teaching people how to be richer, you know.
Em không biết mấy người đọc mấy cuốn sách đó rồi giàu chưa nữa. Là giàu dữ chưa không biết.
Nó chỉ làm giàu cho mấy người viết sách thôi, of course.
Trời ơi, nói chung là vẫn mong chờ một cái gọi là một cái research nào đó, một cái study nào đó,
Oh my
thống
God.
kê xem là những người đọc cuốn đó đã giàu
Xong rồi
chưa.
mấy cái cuốn mà kêu cái kiểu giống như là người thành công phải dậy sớm, mấy kiểu vậy đó, mấy cái vớ vẩn vậy đó, like those basically clueless, stupid, unscientific pieces of advice, like if you want to be successful you have to wake up early. I'm like, what kind of bull crap is this? Because I don't wake up early, I sleep late at night and I wake up late. But now I have my 2 books, I'm quite successful here myself. What's going on? Yeah, you know. Trời ơi, người dậy sớm, muốn thành công phải dậy sớm, muốn thành công phải làm việc cực lực chăm chỉ, không về trước 5 giờ, something like that, stupid things, you know. Seriously. Không biết nhiều người đưa ra mấy cái lời khuyên sáo rỗng nó có não không nữa, thiệt luôn á. Và nhiều người tin vào mấy đó nha. A lot of people, they do believe in those kind of pieces of advice, you know. And those things can be found in a lot of books Vietnamese people like to read, you know. It's terrible, terrible. Okay, let's go to 89. Describe a cafe you like to visit. Miêu tả một quán cà phê. A cafe. So basically we have the word a cafe, nhấn âm 2 nha, cái chỗ nào dấu sắc á, nó là cái dấu nhấn âm. A cafe nó sẽ bằng là a coffee shop. Chứ không có cafe shop nha. There's nothing called cafe shop, okay? Coffee. We call them cafe. 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 Cái chỗ nhấn âm á là cái chỗ dấu sắc đó. Cafe. Describe a cafe you like to visit. You'd say where it is, what kind of food and drinks it serves. Nó phục vụ thức uống, thức ăn gì. What do you do there and explain why you like to go there. And also you have part 3. What kind of people would like to go? Would you like to go to a cafe with? Bạn thích đi đến quán cà phê với những kiểu người như thế nào? Why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home? Tại sao người trẻ thích học ở một cái quán cà phê thay vì là ở nhà? Do old people usually like to drink coffee? Người già có thường thích uống cà phê không? And do Vietnamese people like to drink coffee? Người Việt Nam có thích uống cà phê không? Okay. So think about those things. 89. Are you opening this file as well? You should open the file because sometimes I don't show you the part 3. Nhớ là trong lúc thi đâu được cho coi trước part 3 đâu nha.
Vậy hả?
In a real exam, you're not allowed to look at part 1 and part 3. You are only allowed to look at part 2, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, some time to think now. Thumbs up, Miss Trâm. Please describe a cafe you like to visit.
Yeah, I'm a regular at a coffee shop whose name is Clementine. It is located in my neighborhood, just about like 5 minutes walking away from my home. And talk about its menu, is served like mainly beverages related to coffee, for example, cappuccino or like black coffee or something like that, and healthy food related to like eat clean trend, like such as salad or calorie low portions. And usually I come there to like talk or chit chat with my husband and the customer coming there, because there's a majority of a customer who are French native speakers. So I like to come there to like improve my French, and also I'm I'm keen on like the food served there.
Okay, so what kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with?
Okay. So so I usually I like to go to like a cafeteria with like people who are close to me. For example, my husband. Usually we like we have to like eat out or uh, date date outside in order to like have like a change in like dating space, for example. And also, I usually like meet my friends in coffee shop because it's quite convenient and interesting to talking in a cafe. In a cafe.
Right. Anyone else would you like to go to a cafe with? Bắt đầu có vấn đề về fluency rồi nha.
So I mean, I usually go to the cafe with my my close friends. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Ủa, ý câu này là gì? Mình liệt kê thôi phải không anh?
Yes. And why would you like to go there with them? You know, you have to explain.
Why?
You know.
Trời ơi,
trời ơi, part 3. You know, part 3. It's part 3.
Em tưởng list
It's part 3, Miss Trâm. Come on, part 3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. What kind of people would you like to go to a cafe with, please?
Yeah, so I would like to go to the cafe with close friends. We usually meet together in some coffee shop because it's in like public places, and we can talk in a relaxed manner in such spaces. And also I usually like date with my husband in the coffee shop because so because like the coffee shop, the price in the coffee shop is quite cheaper than that in the regular restaurant. So that's it.
Okay. So why do young people like studying in a cafe instead of at home?
So in my opinion, more and more like young people choose coffee shop to study because in coffee in such these places they are like air conditioners, so it's quite like better for them to study instead of like staying at home with like hot atmosphere or like freezing atmosphere or something like that. So coffee shop is a quite better place for them. And right. Also in the maybe some people they like to drinking some beverages while studying. So a coffee shop is a good choice for them.
Right. So, do old people usually like to drink coffee?
So old people like coffee. So actually, based on my experience, old people, they are likely to drink coffee because of some reasons. Firstly, they
Trời, firstly, nghe như văn viết vậy. Well, it sounds like spoken language. You don't have to be that way, you know.
Okay. So based on my experience,
Yes.
the elderly are likely to drink coffee because it's not only drinking coffee. It's also because like the vibe or like the ambience they stay in. I mean, they can drink coffee and also like chatting and chit chat with their friends or like so drinking coffee is just a reason or the motivation for them to meet their friends and yeah also like drinking coffee can like help them to
Yes.
còn gì nữa ta
Do you?
drink coffee còn gì nữa ta old people drink coffee còn gì nữa không thấy đi tám là chủ yếu đúng không?
Of course, they go there just to chat, to have a chat,
Yeah,
to have a long conversation, talking, you know, just to spend time, just to waste some time, to kill time, giết thời gian.
Yeah. Yes.
Right, but do Vietnamese people like to drink coffee? What do you think?
Yeah. So in my country, Vietnam, people in my country, Vietnam, coffee is one of the most popular beverage for their people because the first thing is that the Vietnam is one of nations whose export the coffees most all over the world. So the coffee is is one of the cheapest beverage in my nation, and also drinking coffee can help people to be awake. So coffee is one of the most one of the most prevalent drink in
rồi,
Vietnam.
Most prevalent, chính xác, prevalent xuất hiện khắp nơi, nhan nhản khắp nơi luôn á. It's one of the most prevalent drink in Vietnam, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let's try something else. Describe a time when you got up early. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn đã phải dậy sớm. You just say when it was, what you did, why you got up early. Tại sao mình lại dậy sớm? How you felt about it. And then you have part 3 here. Do you know anyone who likes to get up early? Bạn có biết ai mà thích dậy sớm hay không? Và mình nói về tại sao họ lại làm như vậy. Why do they do that? Why do people get up early? Tại sao con người ta lại dậy sớm? Để làm gì? For what purpose they do that? What kinds of occasions need people to arrive early? Vào những cái dịp như nào con người ta cần phải tới sớm? Why do some people like to stay up late? Tại sao một số người họ lại thích thức khuya? Okay, try this one is like part 3, okay? Try to make it better, okay? Right, describe a time when you got up early, please.
So it was last year when I was on a business trip with my team, and it was in Montreal, and I had to Montreal in Canada, and I had to wake up early about like 2 a.m. Because there was only one flight per day from my city to Montreal, and to prepare for that trip, I had to like set an alarm that to wake me up before the flight time, and uh, avoid missing the like the flight. And when I woke up quite early like that, I felt like sleepy, and didn't have enough energy to like continue walking after a flight.
All right, go. So, do you know anyone who likes to get up early?
So yeah, I know a lot of people who like an early morning an early a morning person. For example, some elderly, they have difficulty in sleeping, so they usually get up early. For example, my grandmother or my father, who usually get up early. Um, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Why do people get up early then?
So yeah, I think there are various reasons to make people wake up so early. Um, the first thing is that like they have insomnia. I mean, for example, the elderly people, they it's quite difficult for them to sleep in a long time, so they usually like wake up at like about 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I mean, and also some people they have to like they have some work to do, some job to do in the early morning. For example, like trash collector, they have to wake up early to collect the garbage before people wake up. Um,
That's why people get up early, right? There must be some other
yeah,
reasons why, What
yeah,
are their reasons?
yeah.
Like, for example, it might be because of the nature of their job that require them to wake up early. For example, teachers, doctors, nurses. I mean, there's a lot of like a lot of opportunities for that. So think about that. Why do people get up early then? Besides their job requirements, they has to get up early, maybe because of the noise.
Yeah.
Nhiều người không chịu tiếng ồn được
Yes.
ngoài nha.
Yeah.
Like some people they cannot
Yeah.
bear the noise, like early morning
Yeah.
noises, So that's
Yeah.
why they just have to get up early. And
Yes.
think about the heat as well.
Yeah.
Cái nhiệt độ gia tăng nha. Think about the
Yes.
heat. Of course, when it's really hot and it's hot very early in the day, people cannot
No.
really sleep, đặc biệt là mùa hè đó.
Yes.
During the summer it's harder to sleep actually. And it's like your sleep is not very deep, and you feel that,
Yeah.
because of the heat. So people get up early because of that as well. Now, so what kinds of occasions need people to arrive early?
So yeah, in my opinion, there's some occasions that people need to come early. For example, and it's like the flight when they have flight or like a trip. So they have to come early to the airport or a train station in order to get tickets or like to do some like check in and or like uh, check in and something related to like their luggage.
Their what?
So
Their what? Say again.
luggage, hành lý,
Luggage.
luggage, 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 and so coming
luggage.
coming on time. Coming on time is better for them.
Right.
And also there are some meetings the people need to come like early because they have to like occupy the seats, so to like to occupy the seat in that meeting.
Yes.
And also like some like important event, for example a speech from many people, or like some meeting in the city center. People need to arrive early to avoid the traffic jams, for example.
I see.
So that's what I mean.
Okay, so why do some people like to stay up late then? It sounds like you're asking me.
Yeah, so stay up late. Sao thức khuya?
Yes. Okay, think about the fact that people like the quietness of the night, for example. Họ thích cái sự yên tĩnh của ban đêm để làm gì? Think about that. Okay.
Yeah. Ồ, buổi sáng nó cũng yên tĩnh mà.
No, in
Sáng
the
sớm
morning,
cũng yên tĩnh
in the early morning actually, it's quite quiet. But the thing here is, people stay up late because sometimes they like to do it, you know, and they like to watch movies and they like to enjoy the night more. Nó có phần đông là người ta thích enjoy the night, hưởng thụ cái đêm đó, thay vì tự nhiên cái sáng sớm tỉnh dậy là người ta tâm thế là người ta sẵn sàng đi làm việc hoặc là lúc nào cũng bận rộn mệt mỏi, you know. Người ta không thích như vậy. Ban đêm là cái lúc mình để thưởng thụ hơn, you know. Some people, it's like their psychologists, like they want to enjoy the night more because when it's early morning, even though it's early, but people still, you know, are in a hurry. In their mind, they always have to be busy. You know, you don't want that. So that's my reason why some people like to stay up late, you know. But there might be some other reason as well. What do you think?
Cái thức khuya.
Có thể nói là bởi vì họ thức họ ngủ sớm không được.
Thiệt luôn á anh?
Yeah, thiệt luôn. Tại vì nhiều người họ ngủ sớm không có quen, họ ngủ sớm không có được. Maybe it's because of the noise, maybe of the surrounding areas. Maybe it's because of the hustle and bustle of the big city, những cái sự mà hối hả mệt mỏi của một thành phố lớn. It's harder for people to fall asleep, you know. Or maybe because of the noise, or maybe because of anything.
So in my opinion,
some people they like to stay up late to finish more work, you know, before they sleep. Hoàn thành nhiều công việc hơn trước khi họ ngủ chẳng hạn.
Yes. Yeah. So in my opinion, several people like to stay up late because of several reasons. Maybe they have difficulty to fall into sleep early, and so staying up late can help them to handle this problem. And also, some people they like they like the quiet atmosphere or um, the quiet night in order to enjoy the night instead of the early morning noise such as um, the bird chirping or or something like that. So late night is a better choice for them. And also, some people they have work to be finished. So staying up late help them to accomplish their mission. And yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
I see. Alright, but I'm not really satisfied with this answer, okay? Vẫn chưa mãn
Yes.
nguyện lắm với câu trả lời này. So, it's 89 and 90 already, I see. Now, let's try 91. Describe someone who is older than you that you admire. Miêu tả ai đó mà già hơn bạn mà bạn rất là ngưỡng mộ. You should not describe me, okay?
Em đang tính nói anh cho nó dễ.
Listen, what is your birth year then? When were you born? In what year?
1994.
What? 1994? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
What?
I was born in 1989, okay? I'm 5 years older than you, yeah. But you should not describe me, okay? Okay. Describe someone who's older than you that you admire. Người này ai vậy?
Yeah.
How you knew this person? What kinds of thing you like to go to? What kinds of thing you like to go together? I think it's what to do together, I think. Explain how you feel about this person. Bạn thích làm những thứ gì cùng nhau? Tại sao bạn cảm thấy thế nào về người này? I like to practice IELTS speaking with this person. Không được nha. Okay, part 3. What can young and old people learn from each other? Người già và người trẻ có thể học được gì từ nhau? Well, think about that. Think about the experience of life of the old people and the fresh minds of the young people and new ideas of the young people, you know. They can learn from each other and give examples, you know. Nghĩ về những ý tưởng mới, những cái cách suy nghĩ mới, công nghệ này nọ của người trẻ và cái kinh nghiệm của người già chẳng hạn.
Yes.
Has old people's life quality improved when compared to the past? Cái chất lượng cuộc sống của người cao tuổi, người già có cải thiện không khi được so sánh với quá khứ?
Yeah.
Why is there a generation gap between the young and the old? Cẩn thận, young là chữ giờ đúng không? Phụ âm, cho nên là the young. Nhưng mà old là nguyên âm, cho nên là the old. Careful, it's the young and the old because of consonant or vowel. Phụ âm hay nguyên âm. Why is there a generation gap between the young and the old? A generation gap. Một khoảng cách thế hệ. Tại sao có một khoảng cách thế hệ giữa người trẻ và người già? What do old people usually do in their daily life? Người già thường làm gì trong cuộc sống hàng ngày của họ? Well, you should think about this one then. Describe someone who is older than you that you admire. Please.
Yeah. So, it is my leaders, my team leaders who I respect a lot.
Respect.
Respect.
Who I respect. I respect a lot.
So yeah, so it is my team leader who I respect a lot, and it was the first time I met her is when I was in probation at my firm, and I was assigned to her team, and one of our favorite thing we do together is when it's come to a field trip and have a coaching session together. I mean, and she usually like teach me a lot of things like valuable experience and some like tip to to have the better performances in work and for her I mean with me she's not a boss, she's a leader who are knowledgeable and caring, and also she usually like give me many like constructive advice, and also like um, also like give me a lot of like opportunities to get promoted, and I always look up to her.
Right, I see. Now, what can young and old people learn from each other?
So, in my opinion, there's many things that young and old people can learn from each other. For example, like the old, for example, the young can teach and instruct the elderly how to use like technological devices such as phones or laptops or like electrical gadgets to do house chores, and um, in the in the reverse, the old people who went through a lot of like happenings and
What do you mean a lot of
up and
happening?
uh,
A lot
I
of
think I mean the elderly who went through many ups and downs. So
Yes, very
they
good.
have
Many ups and downs.
they have various experience in life, so they can share and give advice to young generations. Yeah. So learning from each other is a good
It's a
a
good
good
idea,
thing
don't
to
you think?
do. Yes, between them.
Okay, good. Now, so has old people's life quality improved when compared to the past?
So compared to the past, I think the elderly have better life quality nowadays, thanks to the advances of healthcare system and technologies. Um, Elderly have many facilities to have them or to support their life. For example, thanks to novel like medicine or treatment, so they are like
Well,
they
so
can
we
like
managed to increase their life expectancy, right?
yeah increase their life expectancy.
Nó
Um,
gọi là kỳ vọng sống được bao nhiêu lâu? Kỳ vọng
yeah,
sống hay là nó gọi là vòng đời,
yes, tuổi thọ,
vòng đời tuổi thọ.
lifespan.
Nó gọi là cái chữ lifespan.
Yeah.
Ok, nhưng mà wow, nếu mà nhìn tiêu cực thì có thể nói là mình mình delay sự chết của họ thôi. Okay.
Sống dài hơn.
Okay, I'm just saying. We're just delaying their death. Oh my god, I'm so
Thay
bad.
vì sống thọ bây giờ sống dài.
Tiếng Việt sống thọ, sống dài khác nhau nha. Okay. So why is there a generation gap between the young and the old?
So yeah, in my opinion, the generation gap between the young and the old come from many factors. The first thing I think is their mindset, on their views, the view of point. For example, the elderly are likely to be old-fashioned, so they think in the old manner or traditional manner. In contrast, the young generation who are usually open-minded, so they are like more generous in many aspects in their life. For example, in the past, it's were like rarely to see the old people like they live together before marriage. But nowadays, this issue or this phenomena is popular, and yeah, that's it.
I see. But the generation gap, they ask for the reason why. Tại sao có một cái khoảng cách thế hệ vậy? Well, it's nếu mà giải thích theo tử vi, theo chiêm tinh thì do tại các hành tinh nó nằm chỗ đó khác nhau. Yeah, true. If according to astrology, the reason why there's like a generation gap is because of the placement of different planets, you know, in their birth chart, trong bản đồ sao của họ. Tại vì em biết sao không? Cứ mỗi 7 năm nó là sao thiên vương Uranus nó nằm ở một cái chòm sao khác rồi. Cho nên cứ 7 năm là bạn sẽ thấy được là cái cách suy nghĩ của một cái thế hệ nó khác nhau rồi. Ví dụ như là 88 cho đến 96 là một thế hệ nè. Xong mà từ 96 cho đến 2003 một thế hệ nè. Nó do cái khoảng cách của cái Uranus thôi. Cái sao thiên vương nằm đâu thôi. Nó có lý do tại sao Gen Z, lúc đó nó có Uranus nằm ở Bảo Bình thì tụi nó lại quậy phá bật xếp như tanh tách. Bật xếp tanh tách luôn. Hoặc là gọi là làm cho người ta rất bực mình khi trong nơi làm việc. Tại Uranus ở Bảo Bình đấy. Mà cái gen trước đó tức là gen mình nè. 89 9 đến 94 là đủ nè, là lúc đó Uranus ở market. Cho nên chúng ta nói chung là cũng có đổi mới, có phá nhưng mà trong trật tự, cũng khá đàng hoàng, cho nên là làm việc với chúng ta nói chung nó ổn, chứ nó không có phải là bất ổn như tụi sau đó, you know.
Gen Z.
Yeah, oh my god. Nó có lý do tại sao có generation gap đó, phải không đâu, là do tại vì cái vị trí các chòm sao thôi, vị trí của cái hành tinh thôi. Nhưng mà thực sự là cái câu này có thể giải thích bằng cách nào? Generation gap bởi vì sao? Cái tuổi khác nhau ha, và cách suy nghĩ khác nhau, cứ nói vậy đi. Because the different in the age, in different ages, and how people think are different, you know. And the bigger the age gap, cái khoảng cách tuổi nó càng lớn, the bigger the age gap, the more the differences, you know, thì cái sự khác biệt nó càng lớn, and the bigger the generation gap. Đó. Vậy cho ví dụ chẳng hạn, cách nhau mà vợ chồng cách nhau 10 tuổi chẳng hạn, xem có cắn nhau như chó với mèo không? If husband and wife are 10 years apart, do they fight each other a lot, you know? Oh my god. Now, so what do old people usually do in their daily life then?
So based on experience, the elderly usually enjoy their daily life with some activities related to relaxing or enjoying. For example, at that age, they most of them are retired, so they have something to do to enjoy the rest of their life. For example,
Họ có gì để làm để mà hưởng thụ phần còn lại cuộc đời của họ. Wow, this sounds
yes.
like, it sounds like funny, you know.
For example, they have like they kill their time like traveling, or like having their children to take care of grandchildren, to take care of grandchildren, and also some people,
Okay.
some elderly, they like spend the rest of their life in the old homes for elderly, and so I mean most of their leisure time are spent for enjoying life instead of working.
Instead of working, I see. Of course, everybody who was at their when they're too old, of course they wouldn't be working, you know.
Yeah.
Of course they wouldn't be working at all, you know.
Yes.
All right, so that's it for today, I guess. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.